Now we will continue our discussion about translating verbal phrases to algebraic expressions. But this time, we will talk about the application of algebraic expression to real life. So give the value of each quantity based on certain conditions. As you can see, we have this situation, the daily salary of a worker if he works n hours a day at 35 pesos per hour. So, for you to make an algebraic expression here, you have to ask yourself, how are we going to find the daily salary of a worker? So, you have to put yourself on the situation. Let's say if you work 2 hours and you will be paid 60 pesos per hour. In that case, you have to multiply 60 by 2 for us to obtain the amount of money you will get for 2 hours. So 60 plus 60, that is 120. Or 60 times 2, that is 120. As you've noticed, we use multiplication to solve or for us to identify the total amount of money you work for 2 hours. Okay? So in this case, we can also use multiplication to find the daily salary of a worker if he works n hours. Okay? Wherein the amount to be paid is 35 pesos per hour. Okay? So you have to multiply the amount of money to the given hours he worked. Okay? So 35 times the number of hours, or simply 35, what is the number of hours that is missing? But in this case, we will use n as the number of hours since it is indicated in the condition or situation that he works n hours. Okay? So 35 times n, or simply 35n. Next, the distance left to run, that is n meters from the starting line of a 70-meter race. So, for you to make a representation or algebraic expression in this condition, you have to put yourself on the situation. Suppose you are in a 70-meter race and you run 50 meters. Okay? So the question is, how many meters more you need to run? So that is 20. How do we get that? Because we subtract 70 minus 50 to obtain 20. Okay? So in this case, we are asked to find the left or the distance left to run. Okay? So the distance that we need to run. Okay? Wherein the number of meters we run from the starting line is given, which is n meters. Okay? So in this case, we will subtract 70, that is the total meter of race, 70 minus the number of meters we ran from the starting line. So here, the number of meters is n. Okay, n meters. So in this case, we will use n as the number of meters. Therefore, our answer is 70 minus n. Okay? To obtain the distance left to run. Okay? Next, 1/4 of the passengers of a bus less the driver. As you can see, 1/4 of the passengers of. So we have clue here, the word of for multiplication, then the word less for subtraction. Okay, so let's have first the 1/4 of the passengers. As you can see, the number of passengers is missing. So you have to use letter to represent the number of passengers. In this case, we will use x, for instance. So 1/4 of the passengers. That is 1/4 times x. Okay, then less the driver. So minus the driver. How many driver do we have in a bus? Okay, there is one driver in a bus. So 1/4 x minus 1 would be our representation for this condition. Okay, as you can see, 1/4 of the passenger less the driver. Okay, so 1/4 x minus 1. Next, the sum of two consecutive integers. So you have to be familiar with the word consecutive. Okay, from the word consecutive, that is successive number. So two consecutive, that is two successive number or integers. Like for example, we have 1 and 2, that is two consecutive integers. 3 and 4, that is two consecutive integers. What have you noticed on my example? On my first example, we have 1 and 2. The first number is 1. Then to obtain the second number, you have to add 1 to the first number. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Therefore, I have 1 and 2. On my second example, I have 3 and 4, wherein my first number is 3, and to obtain the second number, I add 1 to that first number, so 3 plus 1, therefore my second number is 4. Okay, so in this case, since it is the sum of two consecutive integers, let's say that my first number is x. Okay, so to obtain the second number, I have to add 1 to that first number. Therefore, the answer is my first number, that is x, plus my second number, which is x plus 1. Okay? Again, x. Then my second number is the first number plus 1. Okay, that is consecutive integers. How about the question is the sum of three consecutive integers? That is three successive integers. Like for example, I have 1, 2, and 3. That is three successive integers. So, to obtain that, my first number, that is 1, then to obtain the second number, I have to add 1. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. Then to obtain the third number, I have to add 2 to the first number. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So in that case, if the situation is 3 consecutive integers, that is x plus 1 plus x plus 2. Okay? Then twice the product of pi and the square of a radius of a circle. Okay? First, we have to find the product of pi and the square of a radius of a circle. So, we have pi, then times the square of a radius. There is no value of the radius, so we will use r for the radius. Okay, since it is missing, we will use r. Then we have to square that radius, therefore that is r squared. Okay, radius squared or r squared. Then we have to multiply pi and the radius, that is pi times radius squared. Okay, pi times radius squared. And we have here twice. Okay, therefore we have to multiply 2 because twice means 2 times. So our answer here is 2 times pi r squared. Okay, 2 pi r squared. 2 times pi times r squared. Okay? So let's try this one. Translate the following into algebraic expression. Number 1, twice the sum of s and m. It means that you have to first add s and m, then after that you have to twice them. Okay? So, s plus m times 2, or simply 2 times s plus m. That is, as you can see, we have 2 times s plus m. Okay? Because the sum of S plus M, then twice it. Okay, 2 times S plus M. Next, number 2, cube of R plus the square of M. In this case, you have to put 3 as exponent of R because of the word cube. Then square means you have to put 2 as exponent of M. Then you have to add them because of the word plus. Therefore, our answer is R cubed plus M squared. Next, number 3, the number C less than the product of 5 and R. In this case, we have the word less than. Okay, we have the word done. Therefore, we will start from here. Okay, from right to left. So the product of 5 and R, that is 5 times R, or simply 5R. Then less than means minus or subtraction. So 5R minus, then the number C, minus C. Okay? So our answer here is 5R minus C. Number 4, 6 diminished by twice the number B. Okay, so from the word diminished by, it means that we have to write it based on the order of the given. So first, we have to write 6. Then diminished by means minus. Then twice means 2. 2 times. Then the number B. Okay, so 2 times B. Therefore, our answer here is 6 minus 2B. Okay, 6 diminished by twice the number B. Next, we have number 5, the sum of x and 4 divided by y. Okay, first, we have to add x and 4. It says that the sum of means that is addition. So x plus 4, then after that, divided by, so that is division, y. So our answer here is x plus 4 divided by y, or over y. Number 6, 4/5 of the difference of a and y. First, let's have the difference of a and y. Okay? The difference of a and y, it means that it is subtraction. Okay? So a minus y. Then we have here 4/5. Okay? 4/5, the difference. It means that it is multiplication. Okay? 4/5, the difference of a and y. So, in that case, our answer is 4 over 5. Okay? That is 4/5. Then the difference of a and y. So a minus y. 4 over 5, or 4/5 times a minus y. Next, number 7. The sum of the square of a and cube of b. As you can see, we have here the sum of, that is addition. What are we going to add? The square of a and the cube of b. Okay? So our answer here is a squared plus b cubed. Number 8, the square of the sum of p and q. As you can see, the square. What are we going to square? That is the sum of p and q. So in this case, we will add p and q. Then after that, we will square them. So our answer is p plus q. That is the sum of p and q. Then square. Okay? The square of the sum of p and q. So how are we going to translate the following to verbal expression? Okay, number 9, we have 5n minus 3. How are we going to translate it to words or statement? Okay, so 5n minus 3. We can say that it is 3 less than the product of 5 and a number n. Okay? So 3 less than the product of 5 and n. How about this one, number 10? the product of 27 and a number n plus the product of two numbers. So for algebraic expression to verbal phrases, if you try to translate this algebraic expression to verbal phrases, you have to translate your work or translation to algebraic expression again. Okay? So if it's possible, then your answer may be correct. So algebraic expression can really help us to solve problems. Like earlier, we have different conditions wherein we are asked to give the algebraic expression for that. So that algebraic expression will serve as formula for us to solve the problem. Okay? So that's all for today. Thank you so much and God bless you all.